Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I'm on chess.com. I'm going to kibitz some games that are currently being played. I'll do a couple from those who are on my friends list and a couple titled games to finish it off. So let's jump in and observe Fischer. Why not? Fischer 3. Right down to the wire endgame scenario, and well, we have a lot of pawns for this knight right here. Alrighty. Yeah, white is well, white has some time here. That's the big issue. Objectively better for black, but practically better maybe for white when you look at the time. 11.4 seconds is not a lot. This pawn is pushed, and now the rook is ready to come right behind. This pawn could be tracked down. I think this is just helping the king. He wants to go in this direction anyway. So, yeah, I guess rook behind. Yeah, now this king could start to inch up now that this rook is restricted. This king is probably going to try to come over here. Oh, here we go with the king position on e5 followed by a pawn push. There's simply no time. 1.4 seconds is just not going to do it. 0.5 seconds. We'll jump right into another one. In fact, maybe these guys will play one more. Let's see if they play one more and we could catch one right from the beginning. Is Fischer 3 going to play? No, he's not. Alright, let's try another one. Let's sort this. Who else is playing? Let's try this guy. Alright, another... Well, this is a 1-minute game. Tough day here for black now that this h-file is opened up and this bishop isn't developed, nor is this rook. This knight is also offsides and g6 is hit. You have to give up some material. This is the only defender of the king side. And now, is there a way to sneak in here with the queen or just offer a queen trade? And it's missed, and that's what you have when you play bullet. So we're going to have resignation there. Let's, or not. Queen's just going to mate and two-threat. Check and then mate. Same story. That's GG. And also just a time issue. Let's try another one. This game's dead. One on time, but it was mate next move. Let's try another one. Can't sort it so that, or I can't see if there's a blitz, if it's a blitz game or a bullet game. Let's try this one right here. See if we have some time to actually think. Yes, this is a 5-minute game. And okay, it seems, well, okay, we have a material edge, 2-pawn edge here for white. Call it 3. All right, so let's see the end game technique for the white side. This knight is in check, or the knight is being attacked. There's some checks that could be thrown in though. Rook check, rook to e1. This should be a pretty clean road to victory. This is a passed pawn. The knight's looking to post up on e5. Who could argue with that strong post? King here, you could always give a knight fork, pick up the bishop, simplify the position, trade, 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 and that'll be it. Rook on the 7th. Yeah, this game's going nowhere. This is their 3rd game. This guy's up 2-0, and we just have resignation right there. Let's try another one. Let's see if we could get one that's actually very tense. And actually, they just started one right here. So let's watch one right from the top. Right from the beginning now. It's King's Gambit. Follow up your counter Gambit. All right. Knight f3 line. So takes, takes. It seems like they're ripping right through these moves. Like they've maybe played this line already in their previous games. This is their 4th game now, and this is being challenged. This did feel a little awkward capturing like this, and now is black gonna get punished or what? Yeah, what felt I don't know if this is good, firstly, but what felt awkward was obstructing this bishop. Like I guess the knight didn't want to play to c6 because of capture and maybe the doubled pawns, but yeah, I don't know that there would have been a good follow-up. Queen check instead of the knight c3, queen check. After this move, you can't play that typical queen e5 with the fork because the knight is there to watch over e5. So, yeah, I don't think that there's going to be enough compensation here. Black is doing very well to get all their pieces mobilized. This knight clears the way with tempo on the bishop, and now this bishop could have actually played to g4 with another tempo. Surprisingly enough, it's black who has a lead in development. And black is also the side who has the material plus. So how to complete development? I think if I had 3 moves, I would be playing queen e7, king d7, and then rook to f8 or e8, and then run away to the king side with the king. And that's maybe what we're going to be having. You could also try this, just give the material back and say, I think it's your king who's in more trouble. Knight takes pawn, pawn takes, queen check, followed by bishop takes pawn here on the queen, and there's threats of queen to h3 mate. Doing very well, controlling the dark and light squares, and also just queen to f2 tricks if the rook comes over, and we are seeing that. Queen check, king here, only move. Bishop takes pawn, the queen is hit. If rook here, there's queen here mate, and queen h3. I think this is just game over. Queen here, and that's it. Wow, that was a quick one. Watch out for the king's gambit. All right, they're going to keep going at it, but let me dive right into a couple titled players games. So let's go right to games and see who's doing battle. Let's just jump right into this one here. So we have an NM as white versus a CM, candidate master here. All right, it's black to move. Material is balanced, and I'm liking, well, hang on. This is a tense position here. Rook here is my first thought right now for white. If there's a capture, there's now a fork. So this is the way to get that last piece involved. This knight is very active, and he also has an important defensive role, watching over f3. Given some time, h3 might be a way to improve for white. I'd like to really, as white, I'd like to have an additional square for my king. So, well, you could grab here, and why don't you grab there? What was wrong with grabbing there? Well, I guess it still could happen. But maybe this rook needs to come back. Oh my goodness. Was that move there right from the beginning? Oh no, it wasn't. Because of this. This is game over, however. The knight is there to recapture and defend the queen. The rook, no, it's not game over. I don't know what I was thinking right there. I was thinking that after a queen trade, black was going to be losing a rook. I'm seeing things, and now the evaluation is really shifting, because after this capture, look at how dangerous this pawn is. These rooks look very appealing. This rook is there to defend against mate on g8. And, well, hang on. This is a very good move, and it's a very clean approach, I believe, from here. You take the pawn, and now he's just a liability. So this rook will get active. You know, he'll pick up the a2 pawn, but these guys are way too strong. Good king position, and, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus 4. Another pawn will be picked up. And you could also cut off the king. That's another one. Rook check here. White has everything except for time, actually, 18.2 seconds. This is the pawn that decides to run. All right, get that king up a little bit. Why not? Who cares about this pawn? Yeah, there's going to be these checks right now. Yeah, I like just giving that check right away. Oh well. 11.9 seconds. Not a lot of time. This king's going to run over here if you try to give these checks. Sneak the king up. Get him back up there. Nope. Not yet. 9.5 seconds. Down to the wire. 7.8. En passant was available for a minute. That wasn't an en passant move. But pawn push. Anything. 4.8. Time burners are being thrown in. Another time burner coming. Less than 2 seconds. Go quicker. 0.1. It's not happening. Oh man, black won. Saved by the bell. Saved by the clock. These guys are playing right from the top. Let's see this. Oh my goodness, an H-pawn attack. We're going for the scholar's mate. Who knows about the scholar's mate? Okay, this is some craziness right here. This is maybe is he on tilt? Is that what we're seeing right now? Chess player on tilt? Maybe. It does happen. That was a tough one to lose, you know. You're objectively better, and then you get clocked. Nobody likes to get clocked, right? All right, so white has a development edge, clearly. Fully developed because of this crazy caveman style move here, throwing the pawn up to h4. And this is potentially dangerous if the king is castled on this section of the board, if he's castled kingside, but that's not the case here. And you have to be careful still, because I was thinking about knight g7 to f5. This isn't the easiest structure to be breaking down. I'd really like to have this knight right here. Somehow manage that, but he's 3 moves away, at least, from getting to that square. Okay, so you could exchange some material. Rook here, I don't know that it's a safe square just yet, because this bishop's always around. But despite, probably keep it closed. Black is not in a position to open up the position due to the lack of development, so that's why we saw this pawn push instead of a capture. You can't, also with this rook to b8 move, there's no queenside castling, so this is the only move. c5, striking in the center, and now white is, while black tries to break on the queen side, white is picking up this pawn, and maybe a good idea to break down this kingside structure would be to get the bishop out of the way and run this pawn up here. But in the meantime, this white king's position, his house is a little bit on fire, and white is just opening up the position and saying, I'm going right after your king. So this queen could grab that pawn, right? 2 pawns for the minor piece. Queen's looking to get into that a8 square. 2 center pawns. This knight is not active, so I believe white is still the better side here. Safer king? Well, maybe there's some way to get at these dark squares. Notice yet again, black is trying to keep things closed. There was another offer of a pawn exchange, but it's declined with that g5 push. A minute 38 for black. Pretty even, just 10-second difference. Take here, I think I would have done that as well, because having a black pawn anywhere near your king over here, you subject your king to maybe some checks with pieces on c2 or a2, just becomes a great thorn. So this is a nice move. Lateral defense of this b3 pawn. King to b1 happening soon. No, not just yet. Still pawn pushing. I was thinking king b1 with rook to c1, but he's not going to go anywhere. He should stay put, and the idea is going to be to somehow attack this rook, remove the blockader. We're going to see. One way to improve for white would be to play rook to c3 as black, maybe get this pawn up to a4. If that pawn were to capture, it would be queen takes b2 mate. Now the king's making sure the queen is not going to invade. How to get this knight working? Simply don't see a way to do it. If this knight ever moves, this pawn is going to move. Right? For right now, you really can't do that. You'd be dropping the e5 pawn, and I guess black is trying to pick up this guy. That's not going to be so easy. You might as well play rook here, because currently he's a one-dimensional piece, functioning only on a rank. Might as well go here, and now he's functioning in both directions. Right here is really where you want to be. The queen could also, I was just going to say that, queen could always also play here to watch over this pawn. I wouldn't be a fan of queen trade unless maybe you push up the pawn here and say, if you are going to capture my queen, you're going to help up my pawn structure. I'm going to have a group of 3 pawns and maybe look forward to f6 with check. But I really wouldn't want to be giving up that pawn so easily, but it seems like it's going to be tracked down, and it is. If rook takes, queen takes, and it was going to be hit twice, can't be defended again. I really want to get this rook working. Oh, maybe that was the idea. Centralize the queen. Oh, king here. If the queen could get here, it'll be mate. Oh, no, the queen is there to block. Pawn push. There's rook checks here, queen check here. Might as well do this push. Followed up with the queen check. Why not, right? Do pawn push. There we go. 45 seconds to 33. King here to stop rook here. But there's a queen check, and that would force some block of the queen or the knight. If queen check, knight block, it's back on. Mate threat, queen a5. 33 seconds, both 33 seconds. And now the rook is there, so this is a better piece to have to defend the king. Now the queen is a little bit more free to do other things. An idea might be rook to b4, queen to a8. Something like that, or even e6, less than 20 seconds. Is black going to be able to come back from this one? Down on time. We're going to see 10 seconds. There's no good defense here. No, the queen's dropping back. There's a rook check here. White is moving instantly, and this is just crushing now. Queen takes pawn. Rook here happening very soon. I guess rook here is needed. Okay, rook here to defend one of those two, and just too many mates. Ouch. I guess that would be the one that would do it. But these guys are going to continue to go at it. I'm actually going to stop right here. I've seen enough. I've seen enough for now, and feel free to add me to your friends list if you'd like on chess.com. I'll post a link in the description to this video, and you could go right to my profile to add me if you'd like. All right, that's all for now. As always, I hope you got something out of this video. Take care. Bye.